What is up, Broncos country? Mile high salute to you. I am your host, Dak. Joining me finally, it's been a week since I last seen his beautiful face, but he's joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. Kinlayy, my partner in crime. How's it going, bro? Welcome back to the club, bro.
Man, it's good to be back on the show. Missed you, missed Buckham. You know, reason why I'll be gone week on, week off. My daughter, so just busy being a father. But hey, she's a Broncos fan. Turned into a Broncos fan. We got the dub.
Woo.
It came at a cost. Oh, we got the gub, the dub.
We got the dub. And we got a lot of topics to talk about today, Kinley. We're going to be talking about the players of the game in that Bills Broncos matchup. We're going to be talking about that controversial game winning interception by Jaquan McMillan. We're also going to be talking about the Bo Nix shocking injury. Oh, and J.K. Dobbins returning?
I'm just starting to feel better, and you had to just start it now. You had to start that now. You had to just come out with that right now. All right, thanks.
You know, it's reality that we're in, bro. So I hope you join me for the reality show now. So, walk me through your thoughts after that roller coaster of a ride football game with the Bills and the Broncos matchup, man.
I tell you what, if the national media didn't believe that Bo Nix is him, I think he showed that Bo Nix is him. Like he is the guy. And what he did, he carried that entire offense. What he did was special,
Yeah,
you know, and to go up against everybody, everything is Josh Allen. Josh Allen is MVP. He's set up to win a Super Bowl. He has the perfect path. Bo Nix said, well, he's in my way. It sucks the injury that happened. It really sucks because I feel like we won and we lost at the same time. But just the fact that Bo Nix played his ass off and he was dropping dimes, he was sitting in the pocket, delivering footballs left and right, in between the hitting receivers, in between their numbers. That game was really, really crazy. Defense, yeah, sure, they gave up 30 points, but they also got five turnovers, four turnovers.
5 turnovers for the altogether. Yes, for the
Yeah,
Broncos
five
defense.
turnovers altogether. I
Five
mean,
to
hey,
one.
what more can you ask? So it was a crazy game. I'm glad we got the dub. I'm confident this weekend. At first, I was down. I was sitting here like, man, there's no way. Like, and it's like without Bo, like, how is this offense going to, how are they going to do it? How are they going to pull this off? But you know what? I still believe. Yeah, it's not Bo leave anymore. It's back to believe. I believe in this team when you have a
I
defense.
believe in this team too. So, with that being said, like my initial reactions, you look around like the rest of the divisional matchups. You look at the quarterbacks, some of the talented quarterbacks. This is just the way where the league has gone. But you look at Caleb Williams in clutch situations. You look at how C.J. Stroud folded in a big game. You look at Josh Allen with four turnovers himself, and you look at Bo Nix, and the thing that we've always harped on when it comes to Bo Nix is he doesn't turn the ball over, right? That's something that you can hang your hat on in a big game with Bo Nix. And shout out to him because this man balled out. Not only did he carry our team, but he carried the load in terms of the running game as well. 29 rushing yards out of your quarterback.
Sad.
You have other running backs on the roster, and we couldn't produce any more than that. And I think that kind of goes to maybe just the way the cards were dealt with the defense. I mean, damn, they really brought it in the trenches, right? The Bills, we felt like we could not get anything going. We were even using the screen game to kind of help, supplement the run game or what have you. I liked some of the RPOs that we were running with Bo Nix. But one thing that he had that big in the big moment when this was the moment that I was just like I was at the edge of my seat. Bo Nix, we at this point we were trailing. Bo Nix drives us down the field, and what did we say multiple times? When number 10 has that football and the game is on the line, I feel like he's gonna bring it home. And lo and behold, Bo Nix threw a laser. And on that play, I mean, and this is what Sean Payton had to talk about, like Sean Payton said that they practiced that particular play in practice and that he was beating Patrick Surtain in practice one on one. So he felt like, hey, if he's beating him on this double move against the world's best corner, I like our odds against any corner in the NFL, right? Boom. And there you go. So touchdown, we take the lead. The Broncos at that point, we're up, but we go to overtime. We win the game. You know what I mean? We made the plays when it counted the most. But one thing I wanted to bring up when it comes to Bo Nix, though, is this phenomenal stat. You talk about all the haters, the check down merchants. Shout out to Next Gen Stats for this
I'm
phenomenal
sorry.
stat.
Time out. Hold on. I could have swore that Bo Nix was a check down merchant. That's what I was told. I was told he had a noodle arm. I was told he was a check down merchant. He was supposed to go in the third round. Does that say what I think it says?
Since the start of 2024 season, including the postseason, no quarterback. You see that? No quarterback has thrown more deep touchdown passes of 20 plus air yards than Bo Nix. And you look at that in parentheses 19.
That's interesting.
And you sit there and you hold that to your chest, ladies and gentlemen. And the haters, you look at this stat
Now, this
and
how
you
they
put some
looking at this right
respect
now.
on Bo Nix's name, damn
This
it.
how they looking at this right now. What's that? What's that? I don't see this.
So I feel like, man, like this is just Bo Nix is meant for big games, big moments. He's an elite quarterback. Now, despite the big win, the other topic I wanted to get into, all of Broncos country was riding high. There was some odd things going on. There was even when I was roaming through the Twitter timeline, Andrew Mason, credit to him, puts out, and I thought he was bluffing that Bo Nix was out for the season and that Jarrett Stidham would be starting for the AFC Championship game. My heart dropped. I looked to see if by chance that was just a Andrew Mace Muse kind of freaking Twitter page. It was not. It was the real deal. I was sad deep down. Walk me through your feelings when the news broke that Bo Nix will not be in the game next week for the AFC Championship because he fractured his right ankle. So that's unfortunate. But I prayers up to him. I hope he rests, and I'm wishing him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, wishing him a speedy recovery. Praying for you, Bo. You know, it was heartbreaking. Because like I said earlier in the episode, you felt like you won, but you lost at the same time.
Yeah,
It's just heartbreaking. You're everybody's wondering, still like can Bo do it in big games? Can he outduel Josh Allen, the MVP quarterback last year? And he did exactly that. And everybody's sitting here like, yes, the Broncos are back to the AFC Championship game. We got our franchise quarterback who just outdueled the MVP caliber quarterback who all
right.
of you was talking about, hyping him up and this and that. And then you get the news that your year two quarterback just fractured his ankle and won't be playing for the rest of the playoffs. You know, I was so shocked that it did not feel real.
Yeah.
I felt like it was just crazy. Like, oh, here, like, hello, darkness, we're here again, just like the past 10 years of hell that we have been in. I'm just like, this can't be happening. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I was being the Debbie Downer. I was being negative. You were
I know.
trying to tell me, like, you were trying to tell me, hey, Stidham's gonna, I think he's gonna surprise us. I think he's gonna surprise people. And I'm just sitting over here like, no, because the reason why I felt that way is our O line isn't really number one. Bo Nix makes them number one. How he can avoid sacks and escape pressure situations, I don't feel like Stidham can do that. And so I really felt that
Hmm.
our line was, going to get exposed. But you know what? I came back down to earth, and I'm believing again, and I feel like we're going to get the dub this coming up weekend, man.
And before I ask you this question, I just want to put out there too, like this marks the second offseason in which Bo Nix has to undergo surgery. You're asking your franchise quarterback not only to lead the NFL in passing attempts with 612 pass attempts, but you're also relying on your quarterback to help compensate for the run game, which is a heavy burden in my belief. The Broncos seriously need to address the run game moving forward by building a solid depth and not getting running backs that have these injury labels or whatever or what have you. But the question I want to ask you is: do you feel like Sean Payton puts too much on Bo's plate at times?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think people probably look at back and say, God, like, why would Sean Payton call that? And late in the game, overtime, he trusts his quarterback more than his running back. And my thing is, if it's to throw the ball, of course. But if it's to run the ball, I would rather you put it in a running back. I mean, you lost 2 yards, you
Yeah.
know. But that's not even my gripe with Sean. I wanted us to double dip in the draft at running back when we signed JK because we knew his
Mm-hmm.
injury, right? So it's like if you would have done that, you probably would have had that depth to be able to trust somebody to say out here and gain a couple of yards, or even if you lose yards. But it happens. It's football. There's nothing we can do about it now. But I definitely agree. Get him some help, please. Please get Bo help. Please give him a running game because next year, like you said, this is a second year going into the off season with surgery on either I believe he even got his ankle like cleaned up after he
Mm-hmm.
had surgery. So like get Bo some help. Let's not put it all on Bo. He needs pieces around him. But the fact that he's still doing it with literally Cortland Sutton and that's it, you know, it's crazy.
Right.
It's
And
crazy.
let,
It's crazy.
yeah, it is. And let's get back to some high moments of the game. Let's talk about players of the game. Um, that stood out to you. You could give some of yours. I'll give some of mine. Maybe we agree in some fashion with some of these players. But give me your players. You give me three players for you
Well,
that.
for starters, everybody should know Bo Nix. You know what I'm saying? Bo Nix,
Oh
always
yeah,
player of the
top of the
game.
list.
Malcolm Roach. Malcolm Roach had a sack, two fumble recoveries. He's really made a difference in that interior defensive line. And for my third player, I mean, I feel like we both have the same player, but I'm gonna say Nick Benito. Nick Benito had a fantastic game.
Let's go.
I know you wanted to say Nick Benito. You'll probably still say Nick Benito because like two forced fumbles, a sack. He literally made he
That's
what
for a
he had a
loss.
7 point swing right there. Like, come on, 6 point swing. I'm so sorry. Um,
Yeah.
and like those are my key like players of the game.
Well, I like your key players of the game, and I'll since you named a few, I'll name a couple others. Right, like we don't win this game, especially because we sustained some injuries in that wide receiver room in that particular game. We lose Pat Bryant, unfortunately. We lose Trey Franklin, but who steps up? The player that steps up um, to fill that void in a big way too was wide receiver Marvin Mims Jr. He goes off for 8 receptions, 93 yards, one touchdown. Man, his longest reception was 27 yards, and he was targeted 8 times in this game. He really played a great game, man. And I don't know, I don't think we win this game without him, if I'm being honest, man. Another player that want to give credit where credit is due is Jaquan McMillan. Like, he's a guy that just continues to play. When the game is on the line, you can count on him on the defensive side to make plays, right? So he, with that controversial interception across NFL media or what have you. Those are
So
two players that I would like to give some recognition. Now, going back to Jaquan McMillan and that controversial game-winning interception, like what the hell, man? And I feel like some NFL media members like Dan Orlovsky just
Crash Out King,
they
Josh Allen.
crashing out. It's just frustrating because it's like they're blaming the NFL officiating for the Bills' loss and saying that the better team lost is weak ass shit, bro. Like I'm telling you right now, the Bills had 5 turnovers. That's why they lost the damn game, and Denver only had one. Do the math. And not only that, like we led most of the game. They take the lead. We regain the lead, but we win in overtime. Okay, and it's like it's just so frustrating because it's like, despite maybe the Bills running the shit out of the ball on us, right? Like that was difficult, right? But still, Bo Nix, you don't give credit to Bo Nix for throwing 279 yards against the NFL's number one pass defense.
How many
So
yards do they give up? How many yards? How many passing yards do they give up a game? Let the viewers know that.
156.6 yards or something like that per game. The number one pass defense was giving that up. And now Bo Nix threw for damn near 300 against the number one NFL pass defense. Now they're
And
out.
I know it.
Now they're out.
I know it. I know what people are gonna say. Well, they had two injuries on the back end for the Bills, but
We had injuries too.
If Bo wouldn't have done that, Bo was doing that with Lil Jordan Humphrey, Cortland Sutton, and Marvin Jones. You want to throw in Adam Trotman
Hello.
and Adam Prentice?
Hello. And like I just said just before, he led the Broncos in rushing. So my thing is, if it just to go back to the Jaquan McMillan controversial game-winning interception, like that didn't lose the Bills the game, right? They, I mean,
Right.
damn, we can make the argument that Denver shouldn't even let them back in the damn game, right? Like honestly. So what I would say is Jaquan McMillan, that was an interception because as a wide receiver, if you have no control of something, how can you possess it?
Yeah, you have to control. You have to maintain control through the ground. I don't understand what's so controversial about this call
Right.
because clearly he catches the first off the ball hits his face mask and it goes into his hand and it's still moving. He's trying to control it. He hits the ground. The ball is still moving. But little do people realize Jaquan McMillan has his hand in there the entire time.
Right. And it's like
He didn't just
moving while
roll
it's
over and stick his hands in there. He had his hands in there the entire time. So when the ball is moving in each player's hands, ball is still live. Okay. People say, well, the tie goes to the receiver. If the receiver has firm possession, he did not have firm possession. Go look up the Calvin Johnson rule, people. Please stop out here saying, "Oh, the Bills got cheated because of the rep." Learn football.
you want to
Okay,
play
some of
the officiating game, we could look at the holding call in the end zone.
let me talk. God damn it! I'm sorry. I'm so mean. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm
No,
saying like you want to play if people want to play the NFL officiating game, right? Look at some other calls that were missed, right, on the Broncos side too. Like, let's not do that. Let's stop that bullshit, man. Let's cut the cap. Stop the charade. The Broncos won the football game. They're gonna be headed to New England, whether people like it or not. Phenomenal
facts.
game. Shout out to Bo Nix. Shout out to Sean Payton, and shout out to Vance Joseph, who's been interviewing for jobs. And damn it, he deserves a head coaching gig after this game. If I'm being honest,
You
like,
know,
and I know it's frustrating. And I know it's frustrating because it's like with the running back and that freaking offensive line with the Bills, like they mismatches with size, right? That's the problem that we were looking at. We knew that, but we still were able to find a way to beat them. And we found a way, damn it, and we won the football game. And speaking of running backs, we were kind of talking about it, but the practice window
he's
has not. The Broncos have.
back.
Let me talk. You can cut me off. Look at you.
You cut me off twice. I'm allowed to do whatever the hell I create. You know what? You know what? No, you don't tell me. You don't tell me because you cut me off earlier and I didn't get that.
Anyways, Broncos open practice window for J.K. Dobbins, who was a top 5 rusher before he sustained an injury. And it's exciting news, right? Tell me why you're so excited about that. And you know what? I told you like behind the scenes, I'm not going to hold my breath for J.K. Dobbins. I was wrong for that. But go ahead.
You sure? You sure you want me to speak? Are you positive?
I'll let you.
You'll let me speak. Okay.
I'll let you.
Anyway, I legit I'm hoping that he'll be back. He says he'll be back. He posted on Instagram just now that soon. So apparently we feel like he's going to play this weekend, and if he does, it's just going to be a big help. The run game has not been the same since he's been out, and I think he's going to help Jarrett Stidham out a lot. Um, I look. You even pointed this out. We looking for Evan Ingram to have a big game this week. Um, but having a
Yeah.
running game is going to help Stidham out tremendously. Okay, so it's
Yes.
important. It's an important factor. You have to be able to run the ball. And what can win you a Super Bowl? Running the ball and good defense. That's all
And
you
not
need.
turning the ball over.
Not turning the ball over. We need steady to be steady, steady. But if he wants to be more and be great, greater than that, hey, that's icing on the cake.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake. No, but it was a good weekend, man. I'm glad that the Broncos got the win. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in so much. We're gonna do another episode this week, talking about the Broncos Patriots matchup and kind of diving in a little bit more into who Jarrett Stidham is and why we have confidence in him. So we appreciate that. But other than that, do you have anything else left for before we get out of here?
Nothing. Good to be back. Even though somebody interrupt me all the time. Good to be back. Look, we're at 320, I believe. We're on the road to 400.
320.
320? Yeah, we're on the road to 400. Keep hitting that subscribe button, keep hitting that like button, keep interacting with us. We like
Share with
I
your
want to see
friends.
more. Yeah, I want to share with your friends. I want to see more comments though. I want y'all to like engage because we're gonna reply. We're gonna talk to y'all. So we look forward to it. Hit the like, subscribe button. We love you guys. We love Broncos country. Heal up, Bo Nix, and let's go get this Super Bowl, man.
Let's get the Super Bowl. And one thing I will say too is I opened up the community page for our YouTube page. We're interacting like crazy. We're posting polls on there now for who you think will win matchups. Any kind of polls we're going to be putting on there. We're just trying to get heavy fan interaction because that's
Yep.
what it's about. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Camaraderie. Let's go get us a victory though. But next week, this week, ladies and gentlemen, we have another episode coming out. So don't forget to hit that notification bell. But if it ain't about the Broncos,
Buck 'em.
buck 'em. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.
Good to be